Welcome to Star Marks, everybody. We're a very funny podcast out of the Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
I almost waited for you to start because you said you had something to start with, and I was like, wait, I say the intro every time.
Yeah, well, there is an order of operation. People might think that this thing just comes together on the fly.
No, there's procedures.
Two improvisational masters. But no, there is an order of operation here. It's like to do those math problems.
Yeah, we get into the meeting area. My cat does something stupid that I have to investigate really quick. Dusty has technical issues. We figure all that out. We talk about the concert we're going to go to that week because we go to a concert every week.
Yeah.
And then we get going. So follow us on the YouTube, like the fucking video. Follow us on the socials at SnarkMarksPod on Instagram and Twitter. Dusty's at SnarkMarkD on Twitter. I am at Andrew Idell on Instagram. Dusty also has an Instagram, by the way.
I do. I don't know. It's abandoned at this point. I don't know what to do with it or have never really done anything with it. My Twitter is basically abandoned too because I can't go on there and read what's happening. So
Twitter is rough right now. Twitter is still better than Threads. Threads, I don't know if you've been on Threads. Have you been on Threads?
No, they keep trying to get me like on Facebook when I go there to see memes. I'll always see something that looks interesting and I'll click on it and it's trying to get me to download Threads and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
it's not that interesting.
Threads is all content farming. It is all what, in your opinion, is the most overrated city in California. What, in your opinion, is the most overrated band of all time. Hot take, it's all just questions. It's people asking questions because they realize that getting replies for those questions are good ways to content farm, and all Threads is content farming. Now, Twitter is all death videos and Nazis, and then there are also sometimes content farmers. And I saw a guy today. He runs a fantasy football Twitter, but all of his responses are very obviously written by AI. And he has 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
The dumb fucking people in the world, man.
It's all robots, dude.
Oh,
fuck. They want to hear about Tua Tagovailoa.
That's my dude. That dude's addicted to getting concussions. He's got to stop.
Retire, dog. You got I this wasn't how I was going to start, but it is pertinent. I the older I get, I think the more I'm willing to embrace the fact that I love football.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
I do.
Yeah.
It's the best. They've figured it out. The red zone, addicting as hell. It's so fun on Sunday. I'll watch 6 hours of just the coolest plays. They've just distilled the sport down to showing me the coolest things that are happening.
Dusty's paying for TV? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Oh yeah, I pay for the red zone, dude. Then I cancel it.
How the tables have turned. I use my sister's YouTube TV.
Well, yeah, but you're notoriously cheap from way back. You use my HBO Max when you could afford HBO Max.
Why would I pay for it?
Right. So you don't care about things. Content. I care about content being made by me and then watching movies.
Yeah.
You know? So, but they figured it out, man. Red Zone's so fucking cool to watch. But football's bad. It's bad for society. And it's bad for the people who play.
It's bad for it's bad for I hate football fans. They're the worst fans. They think they're on the team. They go and every time there's every NFL Sunday you get NFL highlights and hey, check out this giant brawl that happened where everybody just happens to be punching people who are wearing different shirts than them. And it's it's just the worst. And the trash talk that happens by the dumbest, unfunny people on the planet on Facebook. It's just football fans are just the worst in the world. It makes me not want. It's like Bob Marley fans. But people who are really into Sublime. But football itself is fun. But if I have a kid, listen. I'd rather, and I don't want a cheerleader. I don't want a child cheerleader. That's gross to me. It's your job to look pretty and cheer for the other team. You know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless of gender, I'd rather have a teenager than a running back.
I think you mean cheerleader. You said teenager.
I keep saying teenager. I'm focusing on my cat who is losing his mind behind me. Do you see him?
Yeah, he's trying. He wants to be the next Dolphins quarterback. It's
hardcore case of the zoomies.
Football is super fun until like last night, I watched a man get a concussion and not be able to control his limbs. And that is rough to watch.
For like the third time in 2 years.
Yeah. And on what looked like, I found myself saying to my wife, that's a pretty normal football hit, which is terrifying to say because that's bad. It's really bad.
It's relatively normal, but he did lead with his freaking head right into Damar Hamlin's arm, by the way.
Right. The quarterback made a poor decision, but like the guy hitting him didn't lead with his helmet, didn't try to target him. That's what happens when two dudes wearing pads who think they won't get injured run full speed at each other. When the top 1% of human athletes run full speed at each other and hit each other in the head, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then they got those big, stupid-looking helmets that guys are wearing now. I doubt those work.
Yeah, well, what is it? If it helps 1%, I guess that's better. But you're not going to be able to. Like, I'm glad that they're attempting to make the game "quote unquote" safer, but the game inherently is unsafe.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like when they started making cars that crumbled so that accidents were less deadly. You know, like the game of football is still the game until they go to like flags. This is the way the game is, and it's very fun until I have to come face to face. Like, I don't want to come face to face with the mortality of the guys I'm watching on TV.
Yeah, but I mean, we see guys do the fencing posture on UFC all the time. I know it's different because they're not doing that 16 times in 6 months or whatever. Sure. But
yeah, also getting punched in the head's bad, but it's not nearly. It's
just
different.
Very interesting because it's just very interesting because like when we see a guy get knocked out like that in baseball, we're like, oh man, he's never gonna be the same. Is he gonna have to retire? Like all that stuff. We see it happen in UFC. We're like, oh fuck, look at that. That was the cool. You're sending me pictures. Like I'm cheering.
Lewis.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. An entire movie theater of people are cheering with me.
Yeah, we're watching the replay. Oh, he pooped his pants. Look. You can see he pooped his pants.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess I don't feel as bad. The only times that happens in UFC is like that Uriah Hall knockout where you could hear the dude snoring, like trying not to swallow his tongue. Like that's a very real.
He's like, I'm sorry, Adam.
Yeah, because he Hadoukened him after he
did Hadouken him
after he ruined his life. But yeah, like you see Chuck Liddell walking around or Dan Henderson. It's the same as seeing an old football player, and you're like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't have done
happens,
that."
Huh?
Yeah.
Can we not put them on camera? You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see what Mongo McMichael looks like.
Right. I just want to remember the good times.
Yeah.
Anyway, sold out 97. Yeah.
What were you going to start with?
Well, I had a situation today, Andrew.
Hell yeah. I like situations, Dusty.
I think I find myself genuinely and generally to be a pretty even-keeled person.
You are maybe I've seen you a little angry before, but you are one of the most even-keeled people I know.
Try to keep it all in perspective. I try not to get really upset at things that are happening. But they grind.
Man, I can't wait for upset Dusty.
They grinded my gears today, Andrew. I have vacation next week. So of course that means this week I've just been counting it down.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? One more day. Today. Only 2 hours left till I don't have to come back here for 9 days. What a great time to be alive, right?
Saying it out loud alone at your desk.
Yeah. I have a little countdown clock behind me like Chris Jericho. I had it installed by my own electrician.
Put it by the front door and just walk up and do it every day.
5 o'clock hits.
Mm-hmm.
Slide down the time. Slide down the back of that dinosaur.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I get out to my car. There's a van parked next to my car.
Okay.
The van is parked in such a way that I cannot get to the door of my car to open it, to get inside of my car.
What kind of a van are we talking here?
Well, there's 3 people in the van that I can ascertain.
Yeah.
One of them is clearly smoking a marijuana cigarette.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Is that Is that Foghat?
I believe they were in a room with with two other individuals. And one of them was male. The other two were female. Now that alone is mildly upsetting. I'm like, come on, man, you got to have the awareness, like, to move so that I can get in. Parking is one of the things that makes me very mad. If someone parks in a stupid way that then hinders me, that upsets me.
Yeah, it got you called a goofy bastard by one like old for sure Vietnam veteran. Like
who parked sideways across the handicap zones. You're not the only Vietnam veteran, you fuck.
He did. He was parked at literally 4:00 and 10:00. Like,
yeah, he was clearly in the wrong.
Yeah.
But the tipper to this, Andrew.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and guess how many other parking spaces were taken besides me in the van?
Let me say, I'd say none of them.
0. Just a big old 0. And I've been parked there since 8:20 a.m., which means this guy had an empty parking lot, like a side of the parking lot that is empty, and he decided to park right next to my car and park in such a way where I can't get in my car.
I'm taking Foghat away. I think you're hearing The Wrong Way by Sublime.
Nobody ever told him that's the wrong way. So I did a thing that I try not to do, because you lose the moral high ground whenever you do what I did. I am aware that this is the case.
Did you pour some sugar in his gas tank?
I hit this windshield of his car with the 5-iron I keep in my car. And I don't golf. This is only to break windows.
You and Tiger Woods' wife on him, dog.
Yeah.
Elin Nordegren.
Is a 5-iron a good breaking a windshield golf club?
I'd say yeah, it is actually. It's not the ball. It's not the club that hits the ball the furthest, but it. I'd say if I had to pick one, it's because it's a straight L almost.
Okay.
If you hit him with the driver, you're probably gonna snap the driver. You're not gonna get the force through it. So like I think a 5-iron or putter probably are the two best. I'd say.
I went with 5-iron because of 5-iron frenzy.
I know you did.
Yeah,
I know exactly that's why.
Well, and because I thought a 5-wood might break. I'm aware that there are metal golf clubs and wooden golf clubs.
Well, the woods aren't wooden. They used to be, but they're not anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck that. Anyway,
I know. I'll edit that out.
No, I just stood in front of my car looking at the lack of gap between my car and his car.
Oh, fuck.
Until the guy in the passenger seat said, "Oh, are you trying to get out?" And I went, "Yeah." "Yeah, I am." And he went, "Oh, our bad." "Oh, so you're aware that this is a bad..."
Did he roll his window down and a bunch of smoke poured out of it?
No, the window was already down.
Of course it was.
Well, of course it was. This is a product of the weed store being right next to the place I work.
There's a weed store right next to the bank?
Used to be a bank there.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
a weed store now, called The Station.
Hell yeah.
And the guy who
go down to the station, man.
The guy who runs the station definitely comes to work every day in a purple PT Cruiser, blasting rap music that shouldn't be played at 8 a.m.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, all these bitches and all these hoes, and it's like 8:25 in the morning.
Listen, he's on weed store time, dog.
Yeah, that's fine. Or if Corrupt gave a fuck about a bitch, he'd always be broke. And I'm like, oh, the weed store's about to open.
Somebody's definitely gonna have some motherfucking endo to smoke. Yeah. He walks into the bank and he's like, "Bro, I thought I had a weed store here, man." And you're like, "No, it's right over there." Oh, right. Fuck!
I'll send you
done this before, huh? Yeah, you do it every other day.
He has an Instagram. He has a Instagram tag on the car that he pulls up in for some account that I'm sure, like, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's like Two Thoughts or some shit like that, you know?
Something like pseudo-intelligent.
Yeah, well, just like, hey, you're going to see half-naked ladies on this Instagram if you... So I know that my passive aggressiveness is not the correct way to go about this encounter, but I couldn't help myself in the moment. I wanted to, if I could have ridden away on the high horse and left my car, I would have done it, but I needed to get in my car. And I felt it was not my obligation to go over to him and be like, "Hey man, can you move so I can get out?"
So you're not, is this you're not a climb into the passenger seat and climb over your shit guy?
No, why should I have to do that?
Because it'd be funny to watch you do it.
Because move. No, because I'm worried like that becomes a whole fucking Benny Hill sketch where I kick where I kick it into reverse on accident and fucking run into the brick wall behind me, and then
you're stuck.
Yeah, you get into a real Austin Powers situation. So yeah, that's grinded my gears up.
Consider your gears grinded. That's tough, dude.
That'll burn my beans. I don't like that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, dude. My beans are so burned right now.
I can't. These are not refried beans, my friend. These beans are burnt. I can't do anything with them. I have to. You know how hard it's going to be to scrub my cast iron skillet, pain in my goddamn ass to get the burnt beans off of this thing.
I'm gonna have to boil some vinegar in this shit.
No, he didn't hit my car, and actually, point in fact, they straight up left.
No,
so I was like,
did he hit you with a "my bad"?
Oh yeah, they were like, "My bad." Yeah, yes,
your bad.
That is your bad.
So the station doesn't have an Instagram. Which
interesting.
Yeah, I tried to find them, but they have a nice looking website, but they don't have an Instagram.
I'm sure their weed master or what the webmaster is doing a great job.
The Bud Master General.
Yeah. I didn't tell you that. Burn my beans again. I don't like the impetus being on me to give somebody a pass when they clearly do something egregious when they go, "My bad." I don't like that then I'm supposed to go, "Oh man, it's cool." It's not cool. I will not let you off the hook.
I think, well, yeah, that's a pretty bad, like, parking right up against your door is shitty. But, like, I think sometimes the tone of the "my bad" can erase a lot of things. Where you're like, they're like, "Oh, dude, my bad." Like, I understand. You know what I mean? Like, when they go, because you can go too far with a "my bad." I've seen that for sure. But you can also go an appropriate amount of far with a "my bad" to where it, like, kind of eases the thing. He's like, "Dude, I'm sorry, dude. That's such an asshole thing to do," or something like that. And you want to be mad, so you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, no, I reserve my right to still be angry. A parking lot entirely unfilled, and you park right. The only thing I can think is they're like, this will look not suspicious. If we park next to a car, we won't look like we're trying to smoke weed in this car. I can't get inside their mind, and their drug-addled minds.
I've seen you, not in this situation, but I've seen you where you're going to your car and you're waiting for something.
Yeah.
Did you have your keys in your hand?
Yeah.
And your hand up near your chest the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know Dusty's posture.
Well, I'm trying to let this dude know because I
had him up here.
Yeah, I'm trying to let him know without having to tell him, because I don't want to have to tell him, because the impetus should not be on me. The impetus should be moved to you to get out of my way so I can go on vacation.
Oh, dude, look at this. This should be. Tell me if they should be sued for this.
Grape soda beverage.
Can you tell what this is? So everybody looking, I pulled up a can.
Is it
called
Jones?
Mary Jones.
They
have stolen the Jones Soda logo, and they turned the N backwards.
It's not the same song, dude.
It's not the same, bro. Dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's tough.
Okay. So I haven't told this story on the podcast. A few weeks ago, I was coming home from the church I play drums at. Right, I get a call. The guy who lives behind us is throwing bricks at the fence that we share. And I'm like, what?
He's just throwing bricks.
Uh-huh. At the shared fence. That's his fence too.
Was he the fucking the what is that wolf?
Yeah, he's gonna huff and puff, right?
Yeah.
And so I get that call, and they're like, "What should I do?" And I'm like, "Well, call the cops." If that, like, for sure.
Did he
call
look
the
angry?
I couldn't tell. I'm not sending my wife out there to go see what the dude throwing bricks.
Go get a feel for him.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I need you to go get a temperature for me.
well, I'm like, if I get home and the cops haven't showed up and he's still doing that, I'm gonna have to go out there and be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah. And
But
you're
the
gonna have
cop-
to match his crazy.
Right, but the cops were there. So the cops are there. Cops come inside. They're like, "Hey, we talked to him. He's on some substances or whatever. He's sorry." And I'm like, "Oh,
He's
good."
sorry.
Oh yeah.
We've established that he is sorry, and
Yeah.
the law says that as long as he says sorry.
And then the cop tells me that I should. He's like, they'll fix the fence, and I'm like, "Oh, the drug people who live behind me are gonna fix the fence now?"
Listen, it depends on what drug he's on. He might be an immaculate fence by the time he's done.
But I don't. I'm supposed to trust the dude who broke my fence to fix it.
Oh, good, cocaine fence.
Yeah. And the cop is like, "Well, if I were you, I might go to the store and, purchase some extra stuff to make it more secure." What? Thank you for the advice. Great advice.
Listen,
I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I want him to do. What can he really do?
yeah,
but
he
I'm
can't
like,
fix the fence himself. You're
right,
gonna have
but
to fortify that thing, dude.
So I go out there to see the fence damage, and
Keys
then
in your hand, up by your chest.
Yeah. And then the roommate of the guy's inside. So the roommate of the guy comes out, and he's like picking up pieces of the broken fence, and he's trying to size them up to see if he can.
He messed up the fence this bad.
Oh yeah, no, like holes in the fence.
Is this like a normal wooden fence?
Yeah.
This guy's freaking Randy Johnson.
Dude.
We should sign this guy. This is a minor league team in Fresno.
There are pallets broken out of it. It's all fucking busted up. And I'm like,
so funny.
And the other dude is trying to find pieces of the wood to try to match it. And I'm like,
what are you gonna do? You're gonna glue it back together?
Yeah. And I'm like, no. Like, come on, man. And I was like, "Don't worry about it." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Just don't, like, I don't want you to try to fix it. Because clearly your plan is to try to use reclamated wood from the wood that's broken to try to fix it because you don't have money." I have to imagine, now I'm stereotyping you, I imagine drug neighbors don't have fence building material money.
Yeah, they don't have fence money.
Yeah. So I'm like, "I will take care of it." And the dude's like, "Okay, man." He's like, "That guy sucks. We're really sorry. I'm sorry." And that was another, "I'm sorry." I don't want your "I'm sorry" because I don't want to. Right.
He didn't do it though.
But I don't want to have to forgive this dude in the moment because I'm mad.
What'd you do?
I was just like, "Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Cool." So then we went to Home Depot and bought like big sheets of plywood and like nailed those up or screwed those up because like we can't
that
like
looks like shit, Dusty.
I don't care. At least he can't walk through the fence now. And if he tries to throw stuff through it, it's harder. Like it's harder to break that.
That might anger him.
Because we would have to I would have to literally rebuild this fence.
Yeah.
For
Who's
it to
got time
be
for that?
Well, and I don't know how to build a fence. Like really.
Posts.
Yeah, like I gotta buy posts. I gotta
various
buy
posts.
Assorted posts and put.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the easiest, cheapest way to now have not his backyard be also my backyard. Like,
was it that open? He messed it up that bad?
He could wait.
Did you take pictures?
Maybe I'll have to look.
I can't believe you didn't. If you don't, I can't believe you don't know that you took. I would have had a photo shoot.
I like.
That would have been an album cover. Broken Fences by Dusty.
But that was another, like, maybe I'm petty, but I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear from you or anybody how sorry you are that now I have an errand I have to run on Sunday that I didn't want to have to run before.
Have they been issues before?
No. Everything's been fine. But I've never met these people. I didn't know anybody even lived there because it looks like a house.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you know what
A
I
house
mean.
abandoned.
Yes, a backyard askew. You know.
Maybe he was like, man, that fence isn't as good as it can be. I'm going to knock that shit down and I'm going to have some fun with it. And then I'm going to build him a real good fence.
Look, if he had,
And then he walked out there with all of his materials and he sees the plywood and he's like, I guess that's what they want.
yeah, no, I don't think that's. This dude was trying to use nails that had been knocked out of the fence. He's like, I have like a hammer, you know. You know what, dog? It's
He's
fine.
like, you got any tape?
Yeah, it's like, because I like,
We can fix this right up.
yeah, he's gonna fix the fence to what he feels is an acceptable level, and I think I could feel inside my heart this is not going to be a level that's just going to make me more angry if
Was it a good fence before?
it was, you know what it was doing, being a fence.
Fencing.
Yeah,
It was fencing hard. But if you can throw how hard is this? Have you seen this guy yet?
no, he was like, I think he was probably on meth. So
the times I've done meth, I haven't been able to throw a brick. I've tried.
Yeah. Strong.
I'm just kidding, for the record. I've never done that.
Strong
as
brick
much as
throwing.
I look at sometimes.
Yeah. So look, no easy my bads from me anymore. I'm not giving the pass.
I still think somebody should sign this guy if he can break the fence with a brick.
I mean, it is just a wooden fence, but it was a, you know, it was wooden fencing. It was doing the thing it was supposed to do. Certainly nature didn't knock it over. This fucking guy.
I didn't realize it first. I didn't realize at first that your cats are gonna be so pissed. They probably loved sitting on that fence.
Oh, they're not allowed in the backyard. They'll escape.
Oh, I thought you let them out.
No.
I thought you let some of them out.
Inside cats.
Listen, don't talk to me with such disdain when I ask questions. Okay.
One of them tries to escape regularly.
Oh yeah, you've told me that. Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I didn't realize when you started the story that when you said he was throwing bricks at the fence that the fence was breaking. I thought he was just throwing them and it was hitting the fence.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not thrilled, but I don't. Yeah. I'm not mad about it. You know,
just chipping away at the fence. It's like the Wilson of a horror movie.
Yeah, it was like a slow burn. Well, and I guess part of the story is there was like a swinging sort of gate thing in the middle of the fence, because I think where these people live used to be an alley. There used to not be houses back there, right? So I think the hole in this fence you could swing the door open and put your trash out there and not have to walk all the way back around to the alley, right?
Oh, so you just had a gate to the other house?
Yes. This guy broke the gate, smashed the gate.
Fuck that gate, dude.
Yeah, smashed the gate in half, and then broke the other pieces with a brick. Or
he was probably
bricks.
fed up with the separatism and exclusionary meaning of offense. You know what I mean? The implications that we are not supposed to be together. We're supposed to separate ourselves through physical means. You know,
look, the one time I'm going to say it, build that fence.
They work, man.
I want that. I need that fence between me and this guy.
Yeah, most of them break into your house via plane. You know,
right? I need the fence between me and this guy for sure. So yeah, that's mostly it. No more easy my bads. That's I have to really take it on a my bad by my bad situation.
Yeah. No, I get it. I tell my cat that though all the time.
No more. There are no more easy sorries. All right.
I'm kidding though, because he's never said sorry for anything in his life. He's never been sorry for anything in his life. He's just standing in my kitchen right now looking for something to break. So I texted you something today, Dusty.
You did.
Yeah. What I say?
You texted me. Well, Dusty, I did it again.
Yeah.
Which has horrific implications. I don't know.
Ominous, right?
Yeah. Because it could be anything.
If you had to guess, I think I have an idea what you're going to guess.
I think
mm-hmm.
that you dropped a weight on yourself again at the gym.
That would be funny, but that is not what happened.
Let me. I just thought of the other one. slammed your forehead into something.
That's what I thought you were going to guess. No,
Okay.
Thankfully, I did not do that, even though it is a big forehead. It might be worse, Dusty.
Oh no!
I went to Burger King today.
Why?
This was like super time crunch situation. I was on my way home. It was after 5. I had to do something for my other job, my social media job, and I had to do something for work. And I thought we were going to start at 6 or 6:15. So I was also on 6 miles of gas.
Okay.
So I had to get gas, get food, get home, do my shit, and then get on the podcast. I could have went to the Carl's Jr., which has nicely been pointed out by somebody that is not me, that there is a Carl's Jr. near my house that I did not know existed.
Yeah.
So but I would have had to pass my house, go to a different shopping center. I passed right by that Burger King, almost to my house. So I went, man.
I can't believe. I'm upset that they got your money as your friend. You know, I don't want anybody I know to go to Burger King.
Yeah, it was like almost $11.
No more easy my bads from Burger King either.
Yeah, they were. It was not a good experience. They
chicken fries.
No nuggets. I got 2 orders of 8-piece nuggets.
Okay.
But nobody in front of me. I'm on the phone with Mary, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I get to the talking box, and they have the AI bullshit now. Have you seen that at a bunch of like a lot of fast food restaurants are doing that, where like a robot goes, "Hi, can I take your order? Are you using the app today?" And then you hear the person click the actual microphone on, and it's like, "I'll be there in a second." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or I've had it where it's one person's voice being like, "Hi there, blah 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 blah," and then you go no, and then it's like a different lady's voice. It's
and they just go, "Hi, welcome to Burger King," as if the first guy didn't exist.
Yeah.
What are we paying this robot for? But yeah, the guy that happens, and he's like, "I'll be right with you." What are you doing? There's nobody else in this drive-through. Nobody's in the Burger King because it's Burger King.
That is Burger King, dog.
Yeah. What kind of monarchy is this? So that's why he's a king, because you don't vote for him. You would never vote for him.
No, he loses a people's election for sure.
Anytime.
Yeah.
So I order. It took a long time for this guy to come back. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably talking to the station 559 on the phone.
Yeah, he's how mad was he about the bricks on the fence? He was pretty mad.
It's all the same guy. Like,
yeah.
3 dudes in a tripod together.
They're all a trench coat that makes one person.
Yeah, he takes my order. It takes way too long. I have Mary on the phone, but I don't want to talk to her because I don't want to be just talking on the phone in the drive-thru while I'm waiting for my food. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't want to roll my window up, then I got to roll the window down, all that stuff. It feels like it takes 45 minutes to get these nuggets. It was probably 8. It's probably 8 minutes.
Even 8 minutes.
It's too long for nuggets.
Way too many
minutes.
It's
absolutely too long for nuggets. Like, are you waiting for a shipment? What's happening?
Yeah.
And they were Burger King nuggets and Burger King fries. So they were both like a C-, and the sweet and sour sauce was good, normally is. You know what I mean? Their sweet and sour sauce is fine. Only good generally with their stuff. But, yeah, and I don't feel good.
You need... I want to give you the grace period on mic right now. If you're ever running behind and the choice is either go to Burger King fast or go the extra mile to that Carl's Jr., please go to the Carl's Jr. For me, Andrew.
Listen.
Do it for me and do it for you. That Burger King will continue to let you down.
I know this is like controversial, but Carl's Jr. is not so much better than Burger King that I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna officially.
Yeah. Watch the disdain. We talked about this a few minutes ago.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
I don't usually get upset.
Stay even keeled, Dusty.
Even keeled. I'll tell you to get the fuck out of here. All right? How about you get the fuck out of here?
That's fair, dude. But like, we talked about this.
It's so close to your house. Some argue.
It is. It's closer.
Some people we know argue that it's closer.
I'd say as a crow flies, it's Yeah, it's about the same. I'd say about the same, but they're both extremely close.
Yeah,
like a driver and a 7-iron.
What happened to Carl's? What did Carl's Jr. do to you that you're so opposed to going there? Because
I'm not opposed to it.
You clearly are. You went to Burger King.
So I had the Burger King situation, the previous Burger King situation. Kai listened to our podcast. Kai told me, hey, there's a Carl's Jr. by your house, by your apartment, stupid. And I was like, no, there isn't. And it turns out there was. And then, hand up. Everybody makes mistakes every once in a while. Mine are just more rare than others. Yeah. So then I went to Carl's Jr. I heeded the warnings. I prefer Carl's Jr. I got a Western bacon cheeseburger. I got me some waffle fries. Pretty good. Pretty good. If it's going to cost me more time, I don't know that I'm going to do. Unless if I'm in a time crunch. If it's like a toss-up, then I go to Chick-fil-A.
But if it's a time crunch, Burger King's the opposite of where you want to go, given today's story about how it takes so much more time.
Yeah, ironically, they took long as shit. They don't always take long. They don't always take that long though. The other times they've been really fast, but my order's been wrong.
They only give you the Taco Bell experience or the Burger King experience.
Yeah. Taco Bell or Super Burger.
You know how fast McDonald's is? It's astonishing.
It's incredibly fast.
I order my thing, I pay. By the time I get to that second window, it's all there.
It's unsettlingly fast.
Yeah, and if not, they are extremely apologetic. We're so sorry. We're waiting on a hash brown. Hey, you know what? Go ahead. Take your time. But
listen, you're talking about McDonald's like it's fucking In-N-Out. Okay, there's a McDonald's. The McDonald's that I go to, the screen's on the outside. Somebody hit them with a bat, and because it's on. If you don't know about Union Avenue in Bakersfield, it is The Walking Dead. It's zombies everywhere, prostitutes galore.
You don't want to walk down to rock down to Union Avenue.
You certainly do not. It is so. There's always two things at this McDonald's. The screens are broken because I'm sure they're just like, why would we fix these?
Right. You know what's at McDonald's.
Yeah.
There's 10 things.
And there's a panhandler right after the second window every freaking time, and they run them off with a broom, and they come back, and it's either a dude with a sweater that's way too big for him. It's 115 degrees outside. Or it's a lady who has leather skin.
Yeah. And a tank top. That's
and like
peanuts.
1980s Paul McCartney hair, like when he was like doing the poofy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garfield t-shirt. Yeah, I mean, the McDonald's in my neighborhood isn't exactly pristine. We're not talking about it on Rodeo Drive or anything. But they know what they're doing.
You're acting like they leave a freaking chocolate on your pillow, though.
No,
it's
I'm
McDonald's,
saying,
dog.
Right,
you speak like that about In-N-Out. You speak like that about Chick-fil-A. You don't speak like that about McDonald's.
Efficiency-wise, it's so much faster, and that's why they win. That's why they beat your Burger Kings, because Burger King's a C plus food with an F experience. It's the worst experience.
And the food is going like downhill fast.
Yeah.
Burger King really just feels like a shack of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Taco Bell, probably a B-, like food wise, but the experience is generally pretty good as long as you have made peace with your God that they're probably going to get something wrong on your order.
You can't even order at the counter in Taco Bell in Bakersfield. There's screens.
Yeah.
It's wild.
The one on the Grapevine is like that.
Did you tell me that there's something from Long John Silver's you like?
Oh, I love Long John Silver's.
Yeah, what do you get from Long John Silver's?
Fish and chicken, bro.
You get the chicken. So I was watching. There's this chef named Josh Wiseman on. You watch him? He's great.
Is he the guy with the glasses?
Yeah, he's got long hair and glasses.
Yeah.
He does these things where he's like, I tried every fast food fry in America. I tried all that stuff. He did chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Long John Silver's won.
They're good.
They were number one.
Yeah.
Over Chick-fil-A, over Popeyes, over KFC, over Church's Chicken, over Raising Cane's, over all those Jollibee. They beat Jollibee.
Yeah. They're really
Long John Silver's.
they deep fry. I guess all of them are deep fried, but like that grease trap hasn't been changed.
Not breaking the mold.
Yeah, there's so much sodium. Like I don't eat it, Long John Silver's, even though I love it. I have to not eat there because there is so much. Like the amount of salt that's in all fast food is really terrible for you. Obviously, I'm not breaking anybody's mind with that information. When you eat at Long John Silver's, your tongue hurts at the end from the amount of salt that you have consumed. If you get like the 3 chicken 2 fish fillet plate, like which is the
God
big
damn,
that's the big plate.
Plate. All right, I can't can't go against a big plate.
No, your tongue hurts. The amount of salt. I did an experiment once where I took how many napkins would it take to press all of the oil out of this fish fillet? The answer is infinite. You're never gonna get it out. No,
you're not gonna do that.
But it tastes delicious, and the fries are okay. They're not great. The hush puppies are fucking awesome. They're just fried pieces of dough.
I'll never order something called a hush puppy. So those things miss me.
Fried dough. It's not good.
Can I please have some hush puppies?
Go in with well, if you order the platter, they come with the platter, so you don't have to say,
okay,
give me a hush puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a
you never want to order a platter.
That's what they call it.
Can I get the vat?
Yeah, they
give me the pallet? Do you have a snow shovel?
They have a combo. Check this out. Long John Silver A&W in Fresno. Combo. Two great flavors that go great together, you know?
Yeah. Beer and fish.
I was talking with my wife the other day about things that come up. Ebola. We're talking about Ebola, right?
Ebola what?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tomato soup.
I think we were talking about what's the that's what you become.
Hell yeah, dude.
What the mortality rate is for Ebola, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then while we were looking at it, they were like, well, the problem is you don't know you have it's like pretty curable as long as you are aware of it early enough. But the problem is you don't know you have Ebola till it's too late to do it. Yeah, until it's too late to do anything.
It's the perfect storm. It's the perfect virus.
Yeah. Except it kills the host, which makes it a bad virus. Actually, it kills the host too fast. It's too good at its job.
I don't know, dude. A lot of people get Ebola.
Yeah. But we were looking at it, and it starts out dry symptoms, and I'm like, well, that's not good, because sure enough, right after dry symptoms, wet symptoms.
Oh, and I don't like wet symptoms. I hate wet symptoms. I don't want wet symptoms at all.
No, I don't like the phrase wet symptoms at all. And that's definitely a bummer. Anything that moves to wet symptoms is a bad disease.
Ugh. I don't want wet. What are the wet symptoms?
You start coughing up blood. You start bleeding out of your orifices.
Butt blood.
Yep. All the orifices you got, because it liquefies your organs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking gnarly, dude. But it starts like the flu. You're just like dry symptom. Oh no, then
dry symptom.
And then all of a sudden this cough is getting a little viscous, a little bit soupy. And then you're on to wet symptoms, and wet symptoms is bad news. No good can come from wet symptoms.
Yeah, most of the people who die from Ebola die from shock due to fluid loss. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Vomiting blood, coughing up blood, blood and stool. That's the trifecta right there.
that's the triple crown.
If you got a hole, there's blood coming out of that hole.
Yeah. Remember how there was no blood? Remember how all your blood's supposed to be inside your body?
Oh my God. Holy shit. Bleeding into the skin may create petechiae, purpura, ecchymosis or hematomas. Hematomas the least crazy thing of all those three. The three before that I can't. Well, ecchymosis is just a bruise, but the picture on here is a nasty bruise. You don't want purpura or petechiae. I can tell you that, and I'm not going to show the pictures on the podcast. But holy crap!
Yeah, it's bad disease.
You also bleed into the whites of the eyes. You're just like,
yeah, no, it all the stuff that's supposed to be inside is coming out. You know, and I remember there was that guy. Who was in the U.S. who had Ebola, and everyone was like, "Oh, god damn it, dude!"
That's not the one we want.
Yeah, why you got to be here? Because I think the main thing that saves
bats. It also comes from bats. What the fuck is up with bats?
Oh, I thought it was monkeys. I guess it's either monkeys or bats.
Monkeys, bats, and deer.
Yeah.
Well, just in at least in this cute little infographic that I've got from the CDC pulled up. Monkeys, bats, deer.
Oh, that doesn't
sound
that doesn't sound like it makes you bleed from the insides of your eyes. That looks sweet.
A dweeker.
Well,
high mortality among non-human primates and dweekers. The fuck is a dweeker?
He's got wet symptoms, is what he's got. I think
it's an onomatopoeia.
Yeah,
of a blood drop falling. He goes dweeker.
I think the thing that keeps it from being like as terrible as it could be.
It's a subfamily of antelope, for the record.
Oh, I think the thing that keeps it from being as terrible as it can be is like it doesn't travel well because it kills people so fast. So like it mainly breaks out in these like very specific regions of Africa, but then it doesn't jump to the other areas normally. The guy in the U.S. who I think he went to go help treat Ebola and then got it, and he brought it back on accident. But like, I remember reading one time that like it had jumped this river that it had never jumped before. In one of the outbreaks,
training.
yeah, and one of the outbreaks, and somebody was like, all the news articles were just like fucking shit, man.
all those guys on the other side of the river are always making fun of them. It'll never come over here.
You'll never get this. And then one day,
did an accent. I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this, Dusty? Dead bodies remain infectious.
Cool.
Thus, people handling human remains in practices such as the traditional burial rituals or more modern practices such as embalming are at risk. Of the cases of Ebola infections in Guinea during the 2014 outbreak, 69% are believed to have been contracted via unprotected contact with infected corpses.
Yep.
During certain Guinean burial rituals. We got to stop making out with these corpses.
That's a bummer for sure, yeah. I don't know what their religious rituals are, but I would maybe think that you would want to change them given the high probability that you then get the disease that makes all your insides.
Yeah, liquefy. You burn down the hospital. Just build another hospital.
Yeah, you move to a different town. You know what? That's Ebola town. That's not where I go.
There's also a nice illustration of safe burial practices. Just two guys in hazmat suits and just rolled up the sheets, dog. Dude. Just rolled up the sheets.
That's real depressing. But I mean, I guess, yeah.
That is how I want to be buried.
Yeah.
I want when I die. I want you guys to pay two guys in hazmat suits to walk me around all over the place in a sheet, and then just 1, 2, 3 me into a hole.
Yeah. Give it the old hey ho right into a hole. That would be better than, you remember the lady who married Charles Manson planned to like take him around on like one of those old timey burial tours they used to do back in the day before there was television. Man, the world was real terrible before there was TV as an entertainment. It was just like, you want to see the dead body of a famous guy you read about? Come to town.
Is it like Stalin still like out there?
Yeah, Stalin's tomb. They've like embalmed him. But like I think for like Buffalo Bill and all these dudes, they like,
Lenin.
Or Lenin. Oh yeah, Lenin's tomb in the square. But like they used to just take them from town, like a traveling show. Hey, there's a dead, and then they just prop him up, and you could go look at him. Want to see a dead guy for a nickel? Like,
yeah.
Well, there's nothing on, Football.
That's fucking wild.
There's no football. Past is bad.
Man, I haven't seen a dead body in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, what's new? I'm just out here sweeping my porch. Well, I don't know why I'm sweeping it. The whole town's made of goddamn dirt.
Just sweeping the dirt in my front yard.
Yeah. I want this dirt to not be on my yard. This is my yard. We didn't even have Jebediah the brick thrower come break my fence last night. So,
oh man, I can't wait to hear more about this brick thrower guy.
I'm never gonna go ask him about it. Hey,
when I go to your house on Friday, can you have him make an appearance?
No, I will not be. I will not be. And you can't look over my fence to go ask about him either.
I'm sure you're preparing my procession.
Yeah. I've told the city officials we're planning the route.
Don't let anybody on any roofs.
Yeah, we're gonna let we're planning the most efficient efficient route downtown for you.
Yeah, I'll take pictures with the mayor.
Yeah,
we'll have a good old time.
Is that Andrew Idell, local Bakersfield radio celebrity?
As a matter of fact, it is.
As a matter of fact, it is. All right. You texted me, Andrew.
I did.
That something we do on this show, something we like to poke a little fun at, have a good time with. Cruises. We like to talk about a cruise because I think maybe it comes from there's almost nothing they could do to get me on a cruise ship. That seems like a terrible time to me. But they keep
hear about this one.
They keep trying to come up with ways to get me on the ocean because they know my beef with Poseidon. This is, I think, a play.
A lot of people don't know of Dusty's long-standing rivalry with the god Poseidon.
He's a coward. I'll say it on mic.
I'll kick his fucking fence down right now.
Yeah, come meet me on the land, you son of a bitch.
He knows what he did.
Yeah, meet me on the land and see what happens. Every time we go to the ocean, I tell Sarah that I'm going to go yell at Poseidon, and she's like, "Please don't yell at the ocean." And I have to. I have to let him know that I'll never stop I'll never stop the beef.
You're like you got an ice cream cone. You're like, wait. You like look out there and you walk out, and as you're approaching the shore, Poseidon comes out of the water, and you guys just stare at each other for like an hour.
Yeah.
And you just won't break.
Nope.
She's like, Dusty, like we were supposed to go get some taffy. Shut up, woman.
I'm doing something. I'm in the middle of something.
I don't understand what's at stake.
I will say, last time I was at the ocean, a wave knocked me down, and I took that as a personal affront.
Damn it, I wish I had the fucking video of that.
Sarah has it. I'll have her show it to you.
I don't go in the water.
Yeah.
I've got too much pride.
It knocked me down pretty good too. I was not expecting that. I was like, okay. Felt personal. But he's still a coward. I'll say it. I'll say it forever. But that's why I won't go in the ocean, not in the sharks. But you found a new cruise. Yeah. You're interested in that. So run it down for me.
All the cruises that we've talked about so far have had kind of a pull. They've had the Creed cruise and the Chris Jericho cruise and the emo cruise and all the different various. What was the one flogging Molly cruise somehow?
Ska cruise.
Yeah. So no pull on this one.
Oh,
this one's just a cruise.
Okay.
So I want to lead with this. You said no cruises for Dusty. Okay.
Right.
If you had to go on a cruise, if you're like, you know what, I haven't seen Cabo.
Right.
What's your optimal time frame for a cruise? What do you think is the reasonable amount of time that is like to be cruising?
Oh, like the length of the cruise?
Length of the cruise from port to port.
4 days, 3 nights.
I think that's a pretty reasonable cruise.
I think that I can keep my my movements clandestine from Poseidon for 4 days, 3 nights. Let me be on the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes him a while to travel.
Yeah.
So
he's busy doing stuff.
Dusty, let me introduce you to the Most epic cruise to ever set sail.
Okay.
Dusty.
I'm clenching the back of my chair.
Feast your eyes on the ultimate world cruise.
No. Oh no.
274 nights. If you're doing the math, these crazy, stupid, no life having weirdos
Yep.
were on the sea and at various different places for 9 months.
It's too long.
That's too long.
That's way too long.
8 days is too long. 8 days, I'm going, you know what? I like this. I like the land.
Yeah, I think I've seen about just all that the ocean has to offer.
I feel like I've decided I'm a landlubber.
Yeah. I don't know that they even let people who are in like the Navy go 8 straight months on the boat.
No, because you start getting sea crazy.
Yeah. Sea craziness is one of the main things. And check this out, Andrew. When you go sea crazy, it's all wet symptoms.
It's all... Oh, fuck.
Because of the ocean. Hold on.
Bang! He's letting her fly. Hold on, everybody. Dusty's watching that one fly away. That's in the upper deck.
It's over the monster, dude. They couldn't contain me.
That was a good one. You've never been crazy till you've been sea crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, man.
65 countries.
Yeah.
8 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
Like 200 people.
Yeah.
Did all 9 months.
So they'll
These
let
are
you
not
off.
serious people, Dusty.
Right.
Yeah, there's people coming in and on and off. There's people coming.
Oh, okay. Let's. Yeah.
Because you're stopping
not,
like look at the itinerary. You're stopping it like. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, ports of call. I'm sure. Yeah. On second thought,
you're just going to all these different places.
Let's not go on the Ultimate World Cruise. It is a silly place.
It is a silly place. These are not serious people at all.
Is that Nepal?
Nepal. Yeah, dude, they go all 7 continents. You start in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
You December 10th, December 11th, you're in the Bahamas.
Perfect
12th,
day on the Bahamas. Big promise.
Perfect day on the Bahamas. All just all your drinks are cold, all your poops are normal.
Yeah.
Nothing's too spicy.
Poseidon's not there.
No Poseidon sightings. December 12th, cruising day. You're cruising.
Yeah.
Cruising guy. December 13th, you are in Chichen Itza, Cozumel, Mexico. December 13th. 2 cruising days after that. Then 16th, you're in Aruba. 17th, you are in Curacao. 18th, you're in some fucking place called Bonaire.
You're not cruising.
I don't even know if I believe that Bonaire exists.
There's been no cruising, I've noticed. So these have to be probably...
They got to be real close to each other.
Yeah.
They're probably just islands in a group of islands.
Yeah.
19th, cruising day. You're back to cruising. 20th and 21st, you're in Barbados and Grenada. 22nd, you're cruising. 2013, you're in French Guiana.
At the Devil's Island, hell yeah.
December 24th and Christmas Eve, guess what? You're cruising.
Those are cruising. You don't want to be on the Devil's Island on Christmas.
You certainly do not. That is
no.
Nobody gets presents on the Devil's Island. Okay.
No.
26th, you're in Fortaleza, Brazil. 27th, cruising day. 28th, Recife, Brazil. 29th and 30th, cruising days.
Okay.
31st, last day of the year, you're visiting old Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Hell yeah, big Jesus statue, like Fast Five.
What's up, Cristo? How's it going?
Yeah.
January 1st, Copacabana. Copacabana. That's also in Brazil. Didn't even know that was in Brazil.
Yeah.
January 2nd and 3rd, you're cruising. January 4th, you're in Uruguay. Do you remember the Simpsons joke about Uruguay?
I believe so, yeah.
There's a globe, and they spin it, and Homer goes, "Look at this place. You are gay."
Yeah,
anyway.
I thought it was Uruguay, but yeah, it writes itself.
January 5th, you're in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Pretty nice.
A lot of
January
South
6th.
America in the early part of the cruise.
Early part. That's what you're hitting. You're hitting
Yeah.
the South America. That you're in Iguazu Falls, Buenos Aires, Argentina. January 6th. Never
Uh-oh.
forget. You're still in Buenos Aires. You're just not at the falls.
Yeah, you have
Falls are closed.
you have an alibi. So
Yeah. You're storming Buenos Aires. Cruising day the next 2 days. January 9th, you're still in Argentina. Puerto Madryn. Okay. January 10th, cruising day. January 11th, you're hitting those Falkland Islands, dog. Port
fuck yeah,
Stanley.
dude.
Some dude named Stanley owns a port.
Yeah. And he definitely wants you to come hang out.
13th and 12th and 13th, cruising.
By about now,
Funk
think
Show
I'm-
brother.
yeah, right about now. I think I'm
know,
starting.
that went straight into my head.
I think I'm maybe starting to feel a little sea crazy.
I'm sick of South America, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I want to go anywhere else. Where else could I possibly go?
Well, guess what, Dusty?
Huh?
January 12th and 13th are cruising days. January 14th, you're at the Gerlache Strait in Antarctica.
Ooh. Well,
You're probably going, hey, let's
South
go back to South
America,
America.
yeah. South America doesn't sound so bad.
God damn it, do I miss South America?
I did the picture like I was in the thing. I tried to look for the ice wall. The world military wouldn't let me pass the firmament. So
yeah,
let's get back.
I found the wall.
Yeah.
I fought the Night King.
I played that.
Turn around! I forgot to bring my Valerian steel.
Yeah, I played that dope ass song. That's way better than that episode. While I walked through Antarctica.
So January 15th, Dalan Bay, Paradise Bay, Elephant Island, Antarctica.
But Elephant Island's pretty cool. Bet there's not any
January
elephants,
16th. What the fuck? We're in Chile.
though. Oh,
How's this
back.
happening? One
Hell
day.
yeah!
How close is Chile to Antarctica?
Why don't they want us to know how close Antarctica is to Chile? Is the real
That is
question.
true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're hitting Antarctica, turning right the fuck around, right back
Yeah.
to South America.
Yeah.
So
well, the
if you
world
could keep
the,
going, they would.
the International World Treaty doesn't allow
Yeah, they don't,
you.
they,
Yeah.
don't, they don't want to drop off. It's all aliens and Nazis
Yeah.
on the other side over there. So you're in Cape Horn, Chile. January 17th, you're back in Argentina.
Hell
so if
yeah,
you left
dude.
something, you can pick it back up.
Oh, my sunglasses.
Good thing we're coming back around. January 18th, back in Argentina.
Yeah.
Remember January 6th? How could you forget? I told you, always remember.
Yeah.
That was
Now
12
we're-
days ago.
Yeah.
We've been in so many fucking places since January 6th.
It's a lot of look. The cruise is technically correct, but there's a lot of Chile and Argentina. It feels like I'm just going one town over.
Dog, this is 1 month.
Yeah.
So we're going Ushuaia, Argentina. We're staying there 2 days. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot to see in Ushuaia.
Well, you got to. Yeah.
Then you're going to Punta Arenas. Sounds like a bad word. Chile.
Yeah.
It sounds like bitch ass Chile. Straits of Magellan, Chile.
Oh shit. All
Then
right.
you're going to fjords, which is very clearly a fucking Scandinavian word. Chile. That's where the Nazis are.
Yeah.
January 22nd, our first cruising day for a while.
Now we're doesn't it feel so good to be cruising again?
Yeah, I wonder where we're going next. Holy shit! Why are we still in Chile? It's a pretty small country. If I
gotta
remember,
go-
Chile's like as big as LA.
Yeah, you got to go around that horn, dude.
Isn't Chile tiny? Isn't it like Chile because it's small, like a chili?
I
I wrong?
don't.
I'm gonna Google
Let's
how
do-
big is Chile.
Yeah. There's a lot of towns. I'll give them that.
Chile is a ridiculously long country. Oh, it's the
Yeah.
whole fucking
Yeah,
side of South
yeah,
America.
it's the
Okay.
side. Yeah, and it's right by the water, so that's where you're just going down the
You're
coast.
just boinging.
Yeah.
You're just boing, boing,
That's why-
boing all the way down the
That's why
coast.
there's not a lot of cruising happening.
Yeah. So then you're hitting Valparaiso, Chile, La Serena, Chile. Then we got a fucking January 25th. We got a cruising day. Then we're in Arica, Chile. Then we hit Peru,
Oh,
Pisco, Peru, Machu
Yeah.
Picchu, Lima, Peru. Machu Picchu, pretty sick. Okay, that's one of the wonders
Yeah.
of the world. We're at 2 wonders now. 2 months, 2
and
wonders.
because the big Jesus, right?
Big Jesus,
Yeah.
Machu Picchu. That's what Machu Picchu means.
Machu Picchu, good. The Stroke song, also.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then January 30th.
Didn't mean to grind it to a halt with my. I guess if you haven't heard that song, I don't know what else you could contribute.
It gave me a stroke. You know what
I mean?
Yeah. January 30th, we're in Lima, Peru. I'm not going to do the whole 9 months.
Okay.
I'm just working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
We could do the whole 9 months. This is fun.
I want off the boat. I think. I think I've probably seen enough. Plus, 9 months is enough time to form relationships with people, get fucking sick of people, have enemies. Like the whole gamut is available.
I have a good follow up to that thing, but let's look a little bit more at the itinerary before we get to that. So, if you get off now, we're missing Nicaragua.
Oh,
you don't want to miss Nicaragua.
No, we can't do that. February. I hear it's
Ecuador,
beautiful.
Costa Rica, 3 cruising days, Cabo San Lucas, cruising day, Ensenada. Okay?
All right. That sounds pretty sick.
So that's what is that called? Probably Ultimate South America. Ultimate America's Cruise.
Okay.
36 destinations in 64 nights. Okay? Most of them being in Chile.
Right.
Now, we got the Ultimate Asia Pacific Cruise.
Oh.
40 destinations in 87 nights. Asia's a little bigger, you know?
Yeah.
You start in Los Angeles. 5 cruising days.
Oh,
pretty far away.
They really got to get you, yeah.
Then you're hitting Maui. Then you're hitting Kona. Then you're hitting Oahu. You're hitting the big islands. Or you're hitting the islands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pretty sick. I'm on board so far.
5 more cruising days. We're in Moorea, French Polynesia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we're in Papatiti, or Papit, Tahiti.
Yeah.
Papit. That's also in French Polynesia.
Yeah, Papatiti is not French Polynesia.
I really wish it was Papatiti. Now we've got 6 cruising days. We're in Auckland, New Zealand. How did we get to Auckland?
Dude.
I don't know. I'm hammered. Okay.
Right. I've been cruising so long I can barely remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only been, Dusty, this is 2.5 months. This is a 9-month cruise.
Yeah.
So we've got Auckland, New Zealand, then Bay of Islands, New Zealand. Then we hit Sydney. Then we hit Newcastle, Brisbane, Airlisle Beach, Australia. Then we got another wonder, the Great Barrier Reef.
Hell yeah, dude. Crikey.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah. That's not a knife. That's a spoon. Okay.
Yeah. That's a spoony.
I see you've played knifey spoony before. Then we're in Lombok, Indonesia, Benoa, Bali, Indonesia, the Philippines.
Yep.
The Philippines, we're in Hong Kong. Okay.
Oh.
Then we go to Taipei. Then we go to Ishigaki, Japan for the weebs. Okay. Yeah. Then we're hitting Okinawa, Japan, also
Sick.
for the weebs.
Yeah.
3 South Korea places, Seoul, Great Wall of China. We got another wonder.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So let's just, we're going to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's weird.
Whoa.
Okay. We're going Beijing, Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yeah. Well,
why'd they pick those 2 days?
They're bringing it down.
Bunch of America's taking a cruising day to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, cruising back away. You know what I mean? 2 days in Tokyo. We go to Mount Fuji, Osaka. Then we're going to Vietnam, Malaysia. I can do this fucking forever. Now we're going to the Taj Mahal.
Is that a wonder?
That's a wonder. We got another one. Okay. We're in India.
That's paddling.
We're going to Mumbai, India, which I don't know if you know this. You don't want to go to Mumbai, India. I'm going to stay on the boat. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Mumbai.
The Indian people are beautiful. I love the Indian culture. All that. I'm not going to India. Okay. Let's keep me on the boat, please.
Yeah. How do you feel about the UAE?
You know what? They make some good points sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. I do not want to go there either. I would probably get out in Abu Dhabi because it's a crazy place. So, same as Dubai. That's the thing. Mumbai is like not the craziest place. Abu Dhabi, and Dubai, you're gonna see some shit you've never seen before in your life.
Big ass building. Got to go see that building from Furious 7.
Yeah.
The Asia part of the tour does sound pretty sick. I do have to say.
It sounds cool, but like, fuck.
You're just on.
Right?
Look, the main problem remains. I got to be on this goddamn boat. I don't want to be on this boat for nearly as long as it takes to go to all these places.
All right, I'm seeing the Taj Mahal again. Did I back up?
I
What's
believe you
happening
did.
here?
Yeah,
I did back up. So we're
back in May.
Now we're in May. We're in Africa. Africa.
Africa.
Ultimate Africa and Southern Europe.
Cradle of fucking civilization, dude.
So you start off in Dubai. We're going to Seychelles, La Digue Island. They don't got pictures of these fucking places. Antsiranana, in parentheses, Diego Suarez, Madagascar. Mauritius, Reunion Island, South Africa. Oh, you're hitting Cape Town. You're hitting Port Elizabeth. All right, that's cool. We're going to Namibia. We're going to Angola, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Canary Islands, Canary. I think it's Canary. Is it Canary or Canary? Either way,
the
we're going to those
Islands, yeah.
And then we hit Gibraltar, United Kingdom. What the fuck is Gibraltar? I don't know Gibraltar. I know this is the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, I think that's like a leftover part of the United Kingdom. Because we take 2 cruising days and then we're in Greece. I don't think you can get. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
Italy. I actually saw this the other day when I was randomly looking up at a map because I'm a weirdo. Italy surprisingly close to Africa.
Okay. I'll take it.
Then we're in Greece, Bari, Italy. We're in Venice. Croatia, Montenegro, Malta, Sicily, Naples, Rome, Florence. This is my shit. This is what shit I want to do. Portofino,
Did we go
France.
Did we go to Istanbul?
I haven't seen an Istanbul yet. Well, I might go to Constantinople.
I was going to say, because if we're in Istanbul, we're also in Constantinople.
Yeah, I know that.
if you have a date in Istanbul, she's waiting in Constantinople.
We're going to Corsica. We're going to Cannes. We're going to Nice. We're going to Provence. We're going to Spain, Barcelona. Okay.
Yeah.
You got the Europe. Now that you got the Europe and Beyond cruise, we might as well do the rest of this because this is just the end of the cruise.
Right, the Europe and Beyond. They take you to space, actually.
Buzz Lightyear is your tour guide.
Yeah, one of fucking Elon's SpaceX's.
The Starship.
Yeah.
So you're going to Spain, Valencia, Spain, Cartagena, Spain, Malaga, Spain, Casablanca, Morocco.
Okay.
We're in Morocco. Lisbon, Portugal. Vigo, Spain, Cork, Ireland, France, Paris, pretty sick.
Yeah.
England, Belgium, Denmark, Germany, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Sweden, Lithuania, Denmark, Germany, Denmark, Norway, all the way. And we're in the Netherlands, Iceland, Greenland, Newfoundland. And then you're in NYC for a little bit. Then you go to Bermuda, the Bahamas. Come on, pretty mama.
Come on. Montego?
So you end in Miami, which
Back
I believe,
Miami, yeah, is where you start.
We started in Miami. So that was long. I probably shouldn't have done the whole thing. But that is, these people are going to go to all these places, right?
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
What were you going to ask?
How much does it cost?
The cheapest seats for the whole shebang bang are $60,000.
Honestly,
yeah.
As not a boat guy, that's not bad. I don't think.
No,
well, I guess what does the $60,000 include?
Probably just a fucking ticket. You're probably well. I've heard. I think you actually get food and laundry taken care of, or something like that.
Because like if food is covered in any sort of reasonable way,
you have to call the reserve.
Then I don't think that $60,000 is crazy. Like,
we missed it. They're seeing the Great Wall, by the way, in China.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Oh, okay.
Look at the bones. That's mostly what they just left people on the side who died while building the wall.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's
I want people to die building my wall.
Did you know that you can't see it from space? That's a lie.
Yeah, I did know that.
That's a bummer.
I did know that. How could you?
I don't know, man. I was just like, I was like, that seems cool.
Like, I like to believe in wondrous things.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Still my wonder. I like, well, and so, yeah, I got
a couple things. Though.
Okay, yeah. There's just, it's not a bad price, I don't think, to see the entire goddamn world. Because like, what else are you gonna do? What other trip would you need to take? you've been ever, unless you wanted to go to Istanbul, which is also Constantinople, as we've established. Like, where else would you want to go? You've seen everything.
Okay, so
and you lived on a boat. That's its own experience. You could write a novel about your boat experience.
it's looking like, I don't know if food is. So
Yeah, food's
the
not
base
covered.
price-
It's fucked. Like,
okay, so the base price is $60,000 per person.
Yeah.
Well, food on the cruise ship is probably covered, but once you go to fucking Machu Picchu, you're going to street vendors and you're eating out there. That's not covered for sure. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I think
So-
I think you go back to the boat. I don't think you're crashing in Machu
Get
Picchu.
back to the boat. And there's a bunch
Yeah.
of people with fucking bow and arrow chasing you. So interior stateroom starts at $59,000, $60,000 per person.
Okay.
If you want a junior suite, that's the highest tier that you can actually get on here. They're not even stating the other prices. Is $117,600 per person.
Ooh.
That includes Ultimate World Cruise complimentary amenities like business class airfare, pretty sick. Pre-cruise hotel and gala. You go to a gala.
Hell yeah.
Deluxe beverage package, which we've talked about. The beverage package is always a little bit funky, but deluxe beverage, maybe you get some good stuff. Gratuities, hell yeah. Voom internet.
Boat internet. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I can't wait to get the boat internet.
I
Wash
get
and
open
fold
seas
laundry
internet.
service. So a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
people were talking about how sick it was that people were doing laundry for them. Like that's what I've seen on. I say a lot. I read 2 articles. Both of them mentioned the laundry.
That feels very fancy. It would seem like to me. Like, but I guess you could buy some new threads, in every like place that you stop, because you stop every goddamn place there is. You could buy linen shirts and get them laundered, But yeah, that would be cool, because that's like, I think that's a sneaky thing that I wouldn't think about, is like, oh shit, how am I gonna wash all my clothes?
Yeah, there was a
9
girl who
months.
said that she brought 3 suitcases and it was too much. Like she didn't need all of the clothes that she brought.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything on here that say like food.
Well, they're giving you drinks. That's at least something.
Yeah, so round trip business class. I don't think I'm seeing. Okay, let me.
But this one also.
Oh, look at this though. Okay, our Crown and Anchor Society guests who hold platinum status and above will also receive the exclusive benefit of included excursions to the 7 new world wonders.
Oh,
God damn!
I said, God damn.
They just built a pyramid out of plastic.
Yeah, they built a really nice Nike store for them to go in.
Nothing is mentioning food, so I'm thinking food might not be included.
It's got. I mean, I don't know where else to look, but like, it would have to be included, I would think, to some degree.
But I feel like they would mention it, because I agree with you, but I feel like they would mention it. But Dusty,
yeah,
one of the main reasons I brought this up for this long ass segment is they have already scheduled a couple things. They have scheduled a reunion cruise, because these people just got back.
Right.
There's a reunion cruise.
Okay.
A 7-day reunion cruise.
More ocean?
For the people who miss their cruise friends. Now, isn't the most obnoxious thing in the world when somebody goes and does something cool and then it just becomes their identity? Like I went on one date with a girl who would not stop talking about the one time she went to Portland, and it wasn't recent.
Right.
Oh man, it's just the coffee's so much cooler in Portland. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
But your glasses are too big for your face. That's what I would have said to
weird stuff is coming out now.
Yeah. So we got a 7-day reunion cruise. Okay?
Right.
Because these people just can't get enough of each other, Dusty.
Yeah, I have a note on that, but go ahead.
There's also a second 9-month cruise already being booked Do you know who gets first dibs on good rooms?
People who were just on the last 9-month cruise?
The people who were on the first 9-month cruise.
Man, I didn't get enough of Machu Picchu last time. Really?
There's something going on here, Dusty.
You think there's some sort of nefarious? This is how all the cocaine gets in the country.
This is a sex cult cruise.
Yeah.
There's something going on. These, like I said earlier, these are not serious people. I was talking to my girl, to Mary about it last night, and I said these are pirates now. These people are just pirates. Like, you come back from that thing changed. Oh, the seas were angry. I've been changed by the seas.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Grandma? I am no more Grandma. I am Yellow Dress.
Yeah. I was. You're a barnacle on the side of the ship. You don't understand.
I'll scrape you off the side of my ship and leave you down to Davy Jones's locker.
And
if I can do one accent, it's pirate. By the way,
I saw him, giant squid face. It's terrifying. You wouldn't know anything about it.
His giant eyes staring straight through me soul.
Yeah.
And I played a shanty for him for 4 hours.
And oh, how we danced.
Oh, the dancing and the fornicating that happened that night.
I'll tell you this about Davy Jones. He might be a cold-hearted bastard, but he can soft shoe with the best of them.
You've never soft shoot unless you've done it under the moonlight outside of the Bering Strait,
staring into squid eyes right next to the firmament.
Right next to the firmament. I saw people fall off. You can't say I didn't. Prove that I didn't.
Your pirate's becoming a little Jesse Ventura. But that's,
I live in the Baja.
Yeah,
we passed the Baja and we were twiddling.
Yeah, they don't send this ship to the Baja because they know what's good for it.
I took me flintlock and I went to the Baja with my blunderbuss. They by the way, they had to avoid the Red Sea because I don't know if you know, there's an international incident happening in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So they had to change the places in Africa they went to.
Sure.
And this is how, like, just seat of the pants bullshit. They had a vote. It became a democracy. It did. I was the captain, but everybody ran this ship.
It was beautiful to see pure democracy at work.
We shared the booty. We were the freest men and women for 9 months on the planet. And then we had to come back and live with you.
But
we're doing a reunion.
We're getting the band back together. I didn't even know you played an instrument. 9 months is a long time at sea, boy. So first thing is, like, I don't know if you've ever been like to camp, did you ever go to camp for a week or anything like that?
I went to I was a missionary in Mexico.
Okay.
Saving all the little Mexican people and teaching them about Jesus.
That's similar. I did a couple of they were called TEC, Teens Encounter Christ. You familiar?
Yeah,
dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
So we
we encountered him out on the sea. And we fought for 3 cool days.
Well, as you know, he can walk upon the water. So he met us.
That posed major problems for us. You can't sink a man who can walk on the water.
He delivered me Postmates. It was delicious.
Our cannons were nothing to him.
I really wanted Panda Express. I realized that I was on an international cruise, but sometimes that orange chicken, it keeps you up. I wanted
to eat orange chicken in Asia.
my guy's becoming a little the dad from So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Your guy sounds like a little bit of that, but also a little bit like the Jamaican guy from Futurama.
Oh yeah. I said to Christ, I said, "You crazy bald head." Yeah. Anyway, so these things were like, it was like camp. So you had like your group, and then for like 3 days you hung out with your like group, and you did like activities and everything, and it was essentially like going to camp, except we did it at a church, right? And so when those were over, they talked about people you would get, like, they called it the tech blues, quote unquote, but like because it's such an intense sort of thing where it's just you and these people, and like it's a little more culty. I've realized now that I'm comfortable with.
It happens at normal camp too.
Right.
It happens at normal
but camp. Like, you're just with these people, and then you go home and you're like, man, I miss my fucking my cohort from.
Man, right about now we'd be sitting around singing "Here I Am to Worship," eating s'mores.
Yeah, just we'd
in our bandanas.
Yeah, we'd been learning about how each one of us crucified Christ with our sins. So we're all responsible, really, if you think about it.
And all the things that we feel when we sleep, when we lay in bed, are wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, we played dodgeball.
Yeah, we had some fun playing sharks and minnows in the. But
sharks and minnows.
But they made us nail a picture of Jesus to a cross to really drive home that point. Then afterwards we had sandwiches for dinner. So, I really miss that feeling. But you'd be like, man, I miss my friend. Like, cause those seem like the only people that exist now, cause you've just been hanging out with those people. So I can imagine if you extrapolate that to 9 months, we're joking about it, but like, really, those are the fucking people, like 9 months is an intense, romantic relationship.
Well, and if you're
like, we dated for 9 months, I'm heartbroken, people are like, oh yeah, I completely understand. That's quite a bit of time.
Where do you think the gay jokes about the Navy came from?
Yeah.
They're stuck on the ocean with each other.
Right. And we know Poseidon's out there, and he's a dang certified freak, Yeah,
and he'll Poseidon, if I know anything about Poseidon, he'll flip you quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, but these people aren't normal people, Dusty. They went on a 9-month cruise. So
right.
These people don't have land lives. These people are running from something, Dusty.
Well, no, I think it's just because if I I don't know.
You just leave your house for 9 months? Is it gonna have a door when you come back?
You probably if you can blow $60,000 on a cruise, you have the type of money where people stay at your house or you sublet your fucking apartment or something,
Dude, I'm doing awful things in that house. This is my house now.
I've set up shop now.
House.
Yeah.
Who knows if they're coming? Who knows if there's going to be a world when they come back?
Yeah, the boat could get hit with a rogue wave because that shit's real and happens all the time.
Everyone they're going to all these other places. There's going to be some danger.
Yeah, and you could just what the most common thing in the world on a cruise ship that happens is everyone gets food poisoning and people die because you're in a fucking quarantined. You're all eating the same shit. You're all going to the same places. It's not good. I don't like it. 3 days on a cruise, too many days. Like, where I want diarrhea the least? On the goddamn ocean.
That's almost where I want it the most, dude.
No, dude. On a boat?
Out real quick?
No.
Just sitting there like this?
In the middle of the... Well, but I don't want to give Poseidon an edge in the mental game,
I don't want to give Poseidon my DNA. That's the problem.
He'll know. He's down there.
They're just dumping that sewage tank straight into the ocean.
Oh, yeah. They're like, fuck, it's salt water. Who cares? Until the Great Barrier...
It's not like the Great Barrier Reef is man, it's livelier than it normally is.
Until the Great Barrier Reef fucking dies... because we won't stop putting emissions into the air, and then the ocean becomes poison. Sick. Then no more cruises.
The death of the ocean can be traced back to the Indian food from the Ultimate World Cruise.
We shouldn't have had the never-ending pasta bar. We told you.
We knew that was hubris.
Yeah, the hubris of man. We spent so much time asking if we can have every type of pizza. We didn't take the time to think, should we have every type of pizza? Just raw mozzarella? God damn it.
You're just drinking every day.
Oh, yeah. It's straight up Caligula on that boat, for sure. Like... You didn't used to be a swinger, but now you're a swinger because you've been on this boat for 9 months and there's no other human beings.
Yeah, you're on a boat.
Yeah.
You're gonna
take a good hard look at the motherfucking boat. To quote the Lonely Island. Not for me. I was gonna say if I had $60,000, like, because the cool thing about it is that you do get to go to all these places and see all this cool shit. I could see how that could be alluring, but
it's just so fast you won't remember any of it.
And I just don't want to be on a boat that long. Give me the hot air balloon around the world in 80 days. Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, I've been on a hot air balloon. Pretty sick.
Really?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty freaking cool.
My fear, as is always my fear, is that I'm going to definitely fall out of this balloon.
Oh man,
like death by hot air balloon.
Oh man, how Dusty died.
Yeah.
You will guess how Dusty died.
Just the basket just flips over. Well, in 300 years, we've never had it happen.
He tripped over his shoelaces. Why was he walking? It's a small basket. Tell Andrew about this.
Yeah, it's the
so funny.
It's the Smart Marks podcast.
Because you know it's going to be on the news.
Yeah.
You pump the podcast on the way down.
Yeah, I'll write on my chest like Dave Chappelle and Con Air. Please, the Smart Marks podcast. He had a Sharpie with him when he died. So weird. Yeah, I can't imagine that this is a thing that I would want to do. Like, I'd take a train, like going on a train for a long time to see cool shit seems fun. Like if there was like
Hogwarts.
Hey, maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Seems pretty fucking cool.
See, yeah.
Oh, Dusty. No, I would get Dementored hard. The Dementors would just go right by you. You'd be more scared than me, but the Dementors.
Yeah. What can they
suck some shit out of that guy?
Yeah. What can the Dementors do to me that life hasn't already done to me?
And then I'll be really embarrassed because my Patronus is Richard Simmons.
Yeah. That's your Patronus.
Okay. He goes out. And there's the Dementors are sweating to the oldies.
Yeah. It's after Thanksgiving and they're upset about their weight. Yeah, not for me. But entertaining, interesting to think about.
Yeah. I would like to see all those places, but like I said, they're going to so many that they're not going to remember most of them.
The reunion.
Oh yeah, I did. I think I went there.
The reunion tour is nuts. I want to know how long after the initial boat gets home.
I gotta find that out. Yeah, I gotta find that out.
Because
like next week.
Yeah, if it's like a week later, I'm maybe not getting back. Well, they probably want it as soon as possible because the likelihood of you getting back on the boat is much higher. If I get my land legs back under me, I might not want to. If I've seen the horrors of the ocean, I might not want to come back.
These people are changed people.
Yeah.
When you can't get a peg leg.
You can't unsee some ocean shit ocean trauma. That doesn't go away easy. They
saw 3 Krakens.
Yeah, talk to fucking Quint from Jaws about that shit.
They went through like Drake's Passageway, which is like the most dangerous waters in the world and shit. Like it's wild. But anyway, we got to talk about Key and Peele and get out of here.
Oh yeah. So I sent Andrew a clip today of the Rich Eisen podcast, which I love Rich Eisen. I think he's very funny. He was a very good sports reporter and commentator. I think his show is entertaining. I think he's funny. He has good people on it. Steve Austin was on it, had a really good show. He had Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele on it.
Yeah.
And
from literally every movie released in the last 3 years.
And a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
I think that guy's funny. I think he's talented.
Yeah,
he was on Mad TV. He's funny. He on Key and Peele, for people who don't know, did a thing where he was a substitute teacher that mispronounced the names of a lot of his students. Aaron is from this. You done messed up, Aaron. And that thing, that sketch is really funny.
It's a funny sketch.
It's very funny. But on this show, Rich Eisen and his guys came up with a list of NFL player names, and they're like, how would I can't remember his name, how would he say these like he was in the
Mr. Garvey?
Mr. Garvey, that's right, yeah.
I think that's his name.
How would he say these names? And Key is like playing along, and he's laughing, and he's doing it, and they're all laughing. And maybe I'm a curmudgeon, maybe I'm misreading the room. That sounds like hell to me.
when you sent it to me, because you sent it and then there was a pause between the message that you sent.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, do I tell Dusty that I think this is hack?
No.
That like,
Right.
do I tell that I was like disappointed. I'm like, man, Dusty, I got this. Dusty and I usually think the same things are funny,
Right.
and I'm gonna have to tell him that they're making this dude do a clown dance for everybody.
I usually only try to send Andrew Simpsons clips that I haven't seen in a while, old wrestling angles that I think are good, or things that I might think are funny. But I tried. We both seem
you've got a good batting average.
Yeah, we both seem to mutually agree. We don't want to just send each other random things all the time.
Yeah.
But I saw that and I'm like, I don't know if his guys signed off on this. I don't know if he signed off on it. If he signed off on it, is it under duress? Because he knows that this is a bit like
blink twice if you're being held hostage.
Right, like he's like in interviews and stuff that I've seen him in, he's a very thoughtful person. He's well spoken. He's funny. He's funny conversationally also. Like, you don't have to make him do the monkey dance.
Yeah.
Of, hey, remember that sketch? Do the thing. The Bart Simpson say the line.
Say the line, yeah.
Yeah, and I just think back to Chappelle kind of losing his mind. You know, he lost his mind for many reasons on Chappelle's show, but having to constantly have people come up to him and yell, "I'm Rick James, bitch," at him, drove him nuts. And so maybe Key doesn't care at all. Maybe Key's happy to do it. Maybe he loves it. But I think I was like, don't put him in that situation where he can't say no because it's a famous bit that he does and he doesn't want to come off as like a diva or whatever. But like, even if he doesn't mind doing it, don't make him do that. And also, now it's not funny. It's hack now.
Yeah, and you can I told you that I had takes on Key and Peele, and that jumps off of this pretty well. It's like, I can tell your sense of humor, and this isn't fair because maybe you haven't seen a lot of Key and Peele, like the general you, like whoever's talking to me, you know.
Yeah.
But I can generally tell your sense of humor by which Key and Peele sketch you quote at me.
Yeah.
Because all the unfunnies, all of them, say Aaron and Jake Quellen, and like, hey, you remember that, putting an elbow in my ribs and shit like that?
Yeah.
That sketch has become it works 60% of the time, every time, of Key and Peele.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's a good sketch.
It's a good sketch. It's a funny sketch, but 60% of the time, every time was funny the first time I heard it. But stop it. You know what I mean? Like, quit doing that. That is, we've heard it. I know the guy said Aaron, and it was funny when he said Aaron. You don't get secondhand funny. I'm not giving you the funny points for saying this one. If you think the two when they're the two slaves at the auction,
oh yeah,
that's a top shelf sketch. That's one. Yeah. It's not driven into the ground. It's a very funny sketch. That sketch actually got referenced to me yesterday by Mary's brother. It was great. The one where they Peele wants to be the only black guy in the barbershop quartet or in the acapella group.
That one's funny.
That's a very funny sketch when they move on to the improv group. That's very funny. Yeah.
Then whenever they're trying to out country order each other at a restaurant, and he's like, "Give me an old boot with a plank." Like, that's really funny. I like the one where this is, I think Andrew would say, he's got my sense of humor kind of pegged as far as things that I think are really funny. The misinterpretation of texts sketch is something that I found really, really funny when I watched it. Like, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's the thing that happens. And Key does such a good job of selling his annoyance like through physical comedy on that thing. Like, it's a really funny show, and they hit sketch shows are really hard. It's really hard to have a good one. And like,
most sketch shows are between a 4 and a 6 overall.
And I thought their batting average was really, really high.
Yeah.
And it's because it's those guys. Like the same as Chappelle was like, it was just him and Neil mostly writing everything, and it's like you can get a boiled down point of view and sense of humor like really nailed, and if you can write a lot of sketches from those points of view, that's really funny.
Yeah, that's why Gilly and Keeves is really good. Shane Gillis's sketch comedy on it's a lot of it's on YouTube, but apparently they put out a special that I haven't seen. But the sketches on YouTube are fantastic, and it's the same thing. It's just two guys. Well, they kind of have their friends help and stuff like that, but it's mainly two guys write the sketches. It's actually mainly Keeves, the other guy, apparently. Something Matt McKeever. I can't remember what his first name is, but I think his last name's McKeever. But
I think You Should Leave is the same thing, where it's like Tim Robinson. Like, if you don't think that stuff is funny, then it's not going to work for you ever. But if you think that guy's funny, then it's going to be funny most of the time, because it's
all in the same vein.
Right. It's just that guy. And so you have to buy into the personality of that guy, but he doesn't have 50 writers, or it's not SNL where you have to serve 15 different people who are all trying to write sketches. Like, that's why SNL can have one great sketch a week and have 10 terrible sketches, because there are just so many people trying to write, and they're all writing from different points of view. Or when SNL is really good, it's because they have writers who can write for everybody and not just for themselves. You know?
Yeah, and it's and the hackiness of Aaron and Jaqueline is not because of, it's not even because of the content of the sketch.
Right.
Like, it is because of the frequency of like, it's just the lowest common denominator sketch for Key and Peele. The East-West football, where they're saying all the funky college football names.
Ibrahim Moises. That's
incredible sketch.
Yeah.
Such a funny sketch, such a simple idea, and that one hasn't fully been driven in the ground for me. But the Aaron and Jaqueline, my dad hasn't quoted this one because my dad doesn't watch anything, but it's like it's gotten into the unfunnies. Well, like, it's reached.
It's because that one's easy to remember. All the college football names, aside from a few of them, like, it's hard to remember all of them. You know,
and that helps it.
Right, and that helps the sketch. Same thing as, like, there are so many funnier Dave Chappelle bits on Chappelle's Show than I'm Rick James. But I'm Rick James bitch is real easy to remember.
Sticky.
Yeah, or Charlie Murphy. You know, like, there are things in the Prince one that I quote way more than I quote the Rick James one. The Mickey Free is not a girl is one of the funny, like, that just comes up anytime I'm watching TV, and anytime I'm watching TV and somebody is not the person that I think they are, I go, oh, is that this person? No, oh, it's this person. Mickey Free, it's not a girl. Like, but
I always go, do you guys want some grapes?
Yeah. The challenge them is also yes, but like
habitual line stepper.
He's a habitual line. Like, there's some, even in the Rick James sketch, there's funnier stuff than I'm Rick James bitch. Charlie taking karate with the little kids is here I am reminiscing about Charlie Murphy whooping my ass. Ain't life a bee.
Even I kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah. Any of you motherfuckers take one more step, I'm gonna kick this dude out the motherfucking window.
I'm kicking this guy out the motherfucking window.
So, or look what you did to my face. Whatever
my legs.
Well, no, when he punched him in the face and the unity.
Yeah.
Look what you did to my forehead. Or even just
I hit you tonight.
I was having too much fun. That's or even, like, now we're just talking about this, but whatever they reenact Charlie Murphy slapping Dave Chappelle in the face and his head bounces off the bar and his beads go everywhere and he goes, God damn!
In slow motion, he goes, God damn!
That's like, but it's not, none of that stuff is easy to quote in the same way as I'm Rick James bitch is easy to quote, or you done messed up Aaron is easy to quote. You know?
Yeah, and I'm just sick of the Aarons. I'm sick of them in public.
Yeah,
it makes me cringe. It makes me like, oh man, I can't. Come on, man.
And even like maybe, and again, maybe Key doesn't care. Maybe he's just like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. But I'm watching.
And he did well.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm
he
watching it
performed
going.
well.
I'm watching it going. I feel like they put this dude in an unfair
Yeah.
situation. Unless it was his bit. If he pitched it, then he's stuck.
If he did, that's gross. But
Yeah,
because he is a funny guy, and Jordan Peele obviously is very talented. Like
yeah,
they made a really good, maybe top 5 sketch comedy show. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like there's like you got to put SNL in there, even though SNL hasn't been as good lately. Chappelle's show is probably the GOAT. I think you should leave in the top 5, even though it's not as consistent as like the Chappelle show.
right.
Some of the sketches are just so memorable. The one where the guy's wearing the stupid hat in court, I think of that
Yeah.
all the time. Where he's like, "What the hell?" when they start talking about his hat. Or when she says like they start talking about the hat, and she's in focus, and you don't even realize that he's sitting behind her, and the focus changes from the front to the back, and you see him sitting on the jury in the stupid hat.
And I like the one where he's trying to get the pay it forward line to pay for his giant meal. And like, yeah, I think again, that's such a particular sense of humor. Like you have to 100% be in to what Tim Robinson's doing and dialed into it for it to work. Same thing with Eric Andre. There are Eric Andre clips I've watched where I've fallen over laughing. Like,
yeah, there's some really funny ones.
It's really funny. And then some of it, I'm like, okay, well, that's not for me. It's
just not that one. I love Eric Andre. Like, I love that he takes the risks that he does. We need guys like him and stuff. It's his batting average is lower than a lot.
But whenever he brings out the bear and he didn't tell anyone, including Hannibal, and Hannibal's like, "Oh, that's a real fucking bear." Like, that's so funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. So I think and I didn't watch a ton of In Living Color. I've seen some of the best sketches, and I saw
a lot of it.
Some of those are really great.
In Living Color is I was actually going to bring that one up. That's on my top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
that might be above Key and Peele for me.
Yeah, and it's just really hard. Like, no matter who's doing it, those are hard shows to produce, and sketches. It's really hard to make all of them funny. Like,
did you ever see the In Living Color sketch where Jamie Foxx plays an ugly girl named Wanda?
I think I've seen Wanda, yeah, because that's a recurring character.
It's a recurring bit, but it is just literally Jamie Foxx making a stupid face, and like and every time they loved messing with Tommy Davidson with it, but it was every time. Tommy Davidson would just see her from behind and be hitting on her, and she'd turn around and he'd go, "Damn!" But there's Wanda.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's just funny.
He figured out that's the face. That's a funny. That's a funny.
He
face.
did that face at some point, and somebody was like, "Hey, we got to write a sketch where you're an ugly girl named Wanda."
Mad TV had some stuff I really thought was funny.
The more I see Mad TV stuff from the past and like it, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I wasn't old enough, I don't think, at the time. But yeah, they had some really good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
I loved Stewart.
It was better to me than SNL at the time that I was watching both of them. Because the SNL I was watching at that time was like there are guys in it that kill, but I might have been too. Like, I think it might have been the right age for Mad TV, but I wasn't old enough to really enjoy SNL. And they didn't have.
I think who was on SNL at that time.
They didn't. Remember? It was like early Farrell, early Catan.
Okay. It took a while for the world to warm up to those guys. Too.
Yeah, and I don't think Amy Poehler or Tina Fey had gotten in yet. Like,
probably had some dratch.
But it was after Sandler and Farley and all those guys left.
Oh, dude, you know what I heard yesterday, or I read yesterday. So Phil Hartman, legendary, amazing.
In the rafters.
Oh man, one of the greatest comedic actors.
He hates
ever.
every chimp he sees from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Yeah, you stumbled on that one.
I
know. He famously, well, not so famous. Not a lot of people. Not everybody knows. Phil Hartman was murdered by his wife.
Yeah.
He was 49, I believe, and his wife killed him and then killed herself. And so she was on cocaine. She had recently done cocaine. She was a previous cocaine user who had gotten clean and then got back onto cocaine. Apparently, Andy Dick was the person who got her to take cocaine again for the first time. Just another reason to be mad at Andy Dick.
Yeah.
By the way, did I tell you Andy Dick was going on Facebook Live with like his drug friends like 6 months ago, and I watched like 2 hours of it?
No, I don't think you told me.
Oh, it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. It was just super drunk Andy Dick with some like weirdo. But anyway,
yeah,
I think it was Facebook Live, but it was some live. But anyway, John Lovitz got really mad at Andy Dick about this. And apparently, like, they got mad at first, and then there was like rumors that they had kind of made up or whatever, or like John Lovitz like wasn't as mad anymore or whatever. Then they run into each other at a restaurant in LA, and Andy Dick apparently said, "I put the Phil Hartman curse on you. You're next," to John Lovitz.
Yeah.
Then at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, John Lovitz and Andy Dick are hanging out at the bar, and they get in a bad argument about it. They're like screaming at each other about it. And John Lovitz grabbed Andy Dick's head and, like Rick James, slammed it on the bar.
God damn.
He went, God damn.
Yeah.
The reason I bring this up, I can't picture that.
You can't picture Lovitz being an aggressive person?
I can't picture a very angry John Lovitz.
Yeah.
Violence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know why? Because he's so good at acting.
Acting.
Yeah, I've heard that story. I heard I put the Phil Hartman curse on you, and I heard Lovitz was pissed about it, which is fully within his right, because I think him and Phil Hartman were
friends.
They were really close friends, and I think they were all on News Radio together, which is an underrated.
Was Lovitz on News Radio?
He might have replaced Hartman, actually.
I never watched News Radio.
News Radio's
I've heard
pretty
really
funny,
good.
yeah, and it has a lot of good people in it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard. I've heard some John Lovitz stories where he's not, like Kevin Smith has a few John Lovitz stories about how he's not a great dude.
It's so funny if John Lovitz is a dick, bro. It's so funny.
And then, so I can see. Plus, Andy Dick's not like a big dude. You know, you make a person mad enough, even a person that's not prone to violence, I think could fight Andy Dick. It's not like he can really do anything.
Apparently John Lovitz played multiple characters.
Oh,
on News Radio,
okay.
On different seasons.
He's like, I guess, Andy Dick's a tall guy, but he doesn't seem imposing in any way.
I don't think he's tall either. Let me Dick height. It's just so funny. Just John Lovitz beating up Andy. Oh, he's 5'10". He's taller than I thought he was. I thought he was a small guy.
Yeah. That's like, I don't know, because I can only relate things back to wrestling, obviously. The Bradshaw, the wrestler, was a notorious bully.
I hate
just
him.
A big asshole, right? And he used to bully everybody. And whenever Joey Styles, the announcer for ECW, first came to WWF, he bullied the shit out of Joey Styles, to the point that Styles eventually stood up to him, because no one stood up to Bradshaw because he had this reputation of being a big, tough badass. So he would just bully smaller guys.
Didn't he
and
beat up
haze
the
them.
Blue Meanie?
And yeah, he beat the fuck out of Blue Meanie because he got drunk at the ECW show, and Blue Meanie had said some shit about him. Joey Styles knocked him out with one punch. just walked up to him and just sick. Fucking slugged him. And Joey Styles is a small man. And not imposing, you wouldn't imagine, right? And he just knocked him out, and then JBL like lost his credibility for being a tough guy, and then had to apologize.
On an airplane.
Yeah, just knocked his ass out.
Hell yeah, Joey Styles.
And so, you know, eventually people get pushed to their limit, because it's really funny to imagine Joey Styles getting into a fight. You know,
John Lovitz. Hello, Andy.
Yeah. I'm about to beat your brains in, Andy. I also have to tell you, I hesitate. I have to use all of my, not all my willpower, but I have to use willpower every time I go on Twitter and I see the clip from Planet of the Apes, the musical, where they're singing Dr. Zaius, to not send it to you. Because I think that's maybe one of the funniest Simpsons clips of all time.
You can always send me that, dude. You should retweet it every time you see it.
Dr. Zaius. Kind Can I get a second opinion? You're all so lazy. Dr. Sayus, Dr. Sayus. It's fantastic. But
you want to do some trivia?
Yeah, let's do some trivia and get out of here. What if John Lovitz was the answer to every trivia question?
I love John Lovitz, dude.
The Critic. It stinks.
It stinks. NFL. This is the Barstool Daily Dozen trivia. First 2 questions are about sports. All the rest are about general American culture. This Panthers tight end recorded 3 straight 1,000-plus receiving yard seasons from 2014 to 2016.
Tight end?
Banderas. Yeah.
Banderas. That, I believe, is Greg Olsen.
I think you nailed that.
Who got bumped for Tom Brady on the NFL commentating. And Tom Brady, we talked about it, was terrible. But yeah. I he might get better. Who knows?
I think he'll get better. Yeah. He probably has a lot of coaching. He'll probably get better. MLB. After getting traded from the Dodgers, D. Strange Gordon won the batting title and led the league in stolen bases in his final year with his NL team in 2015. Am I looking too far back? Because I think this is the Miami Marlins in his first year.
Look, I'm following you to the ice
Hell
wall.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Look at us, 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Hey.
Sports stadiums. One of the largest stadiums in the United States. What school plays their collegiate football games at Kyle Field? Oh, I heard this recently. I have no idea. Kyle Field's a white guy thing.
Kyles live everywhere. Where are you gonna,
I don't know, dude. Tennessee.
Sure.
God damn it, Tennessee. Geography. What is the state capital of New Mexico?
Going through the.
I'm really bad at state capitals.
Going through the Animaniac song. Is it Santa Fe?
Santa Fe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got that at the same time. I like that. Watch, we're both wrong. Nailed it. Look at us. Celebrity mashup. That is.
Oh God.
Niall Horan.
Who?
And I don't know who the inside guy is.
Who's Niall Horan?
He's one of the One Direction guys.
Okay.
I believe that's him on the outside. I could be wrong, but I don't know who the inside guy is.
Is that Efron?
No, it's not Efron.
Dr. Sayus?
I don't fucking know. I'm not even going to guess. Along with its standard form, this kettle potato chip brand owned by Frito-Lay has popular jalapeno and spicy dill pickle varieties.
What do you know about Dusty, Andrew?
Dusty likes a treat.
You know what Dusty considers a treat? Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips.
Dude, I would have gotten this so wrong. Is it MS?
No, yeah, no, MISS. Miss Vicky.
Look at you, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
Those are good. Those are good ass chips.
I step aside. I'll get this one. Okay. Created by Mike Judge, this famous adult animated sitcom following a pair of teenage slackers who enjoy lowbrow humor and heavy metal debuted on MTV in 1993. Who could this be?
Who among us?
There's Beavis and Butthead for those listening. Tom Hanks. I almost told him,
Thomas Hanks.
Christian name.
Oh.
Tom Hanks starred in this 2013 biographical action thriller, an Oscar Best Picture nominee about an American merchant mariner taken hostage by Somali pirates.
I believe that is Captain Phillips. He's the captain now.
Captain Phillips.
See what happens on a boat?
I know.
Stay off a boat.
Music. Formed in Manchester in 1991, this English rock band consisting of brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher is set to reunite for a live tour in 2025.
Andrew, ask me if I know the answer to this question.
Dusty, do you know the answer to this question?
I said maybe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. After all.
Yep.
All right, I'm not even going to try the mashup. I give up. 7, dude.
Dude, that might be the best we've ever done.
7's not bad. 7's not bad. I'm 10% on the mashup. 66% of people got the sports stadium. What's the sports stadium? Texas A&M. That sounds like a Kyle last place.
Yeah.
Mashup. That is Don Johnson and James Franco. It's not even Niall Horan. Okay. I could see how that's Don Johnson.
Frank. See, I can see a little bit of Franco, but I'm never gonna get 9 out of 9. because I have face blindness. I don't know what
I
don't
see
care.
Franco now.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
see
what
Franco
anyone
with
looks
the thumb.
like.
I should have done the thumb, but I probably still would have picked Niall Horan. I was pretty stuck on Niall Horan.
Yeah,
Kai's gonna make fun of me for that one, but yeah, I can see how that's Don Johnson. But I would not have gotten that. Did you watch what was that show that Don Johnson was on? He was on. This is another one of Andrew's niche things.
Miami Vice.
What was it called? No, it
Vegas.
Miami Vice.
Oh,
no,
Nash Bridges.
Nash Bridges, dude. I watched the shit out of Nash.
Of course
Bridges
you did, dude.
Younger,
Rick is such a Nash Bridges dude.
My dad loved Nash Bridges.
that makes an impossible amount of sense. I could have.
Yeah, he had a sick ass car.
I could have dartboarded that a million miles away. The only episode of Nash Bridges I watched, which shouldn't surprise you, is one that co-starred Stone Cold Steve Austin. They were pushing that shit hard. They were like, Stone Cold's gonna be on Nash Bridges, and I was like, well, I'm obligated to watch. What if you give someone
1971 Plymouth Cuda, bro? You can stunner somebody right across the fucking.
Yeah, what if you stunner someone on the Cuda? This could be the last thing we talk about. Just real quick. I don't need your opinion, or I don't need comment. I'm not expecting your comment. AEW.
I don't need you to weigh in on
this. No. AEW. Things are going pretty bad ratings wise. They're starting to get desperate. They pulled out the old heel brings a really popular old car to the stadium, drives up in it. So then the babyface Orange Cassidy. Chris Jericho keeps yelling about how Orange Cassidy owes him $7,000. So he's like, okay, you know what, Chris, I will pay you. And I think Jericho drove up in like a Bentley or something, of course, that had a retractable top. So he comes in that pretty sick car actually, and they use a backhoe to drop $7,000 quote unquote worth of change onto the Bentley. Problem is, didn't really do anything. Because
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm sure that would suck to have to I don't know, vacuum out of the car or whatever, but it didn't break. The glass didn't break. It didn't do.
Apparently, JR said not the damn Bentley.
Yeah,
look at Jericho come up and like try to act like this is something bad. Don't film this. Like he's just rubbing the change all over the car.
I mean, it could scratch the paint. I'm sure that's a bitch, but it's not. It didn't give you the classic.
Yeah, that's bad.
Whenever they filled.
And this guy's pissed.
Yeah, that's I can't remember that guy's name right now. Whatever, Brian somebody.
Swerve Strickland.
No, Brian somebody. But they, whenever they had Steve Austin fill Vince McMahon's convertible with the cement, and then the window popped and exploded in like such a satisfying manner from the.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It was a beautiful visual.
His art.
This did not accomplish that, and I was just like, "Oh, you're doing the guy drives the car to the thing."
Wasn't there a thing where like Big Show kept parking his car places and somebody kept fucking with it?
No, that was Sid.
It was Sid. That's what it was.
They kept smashing Sid's car. Rest in peace, Sid. And he came out one time. We didn't show the clip, but he ran out once and he goes, "Oh God, no!"
His car's a cube.
Yeah, such good acting. It's a Goldberg.
Here's the dump. With the Mexican commentary. I didn't do shit to that car. The car's fine. Car's fine.
Bentley's a finely made machine,
Yeah, those types of cars. Even my car, they made me put like a coating on my coating on my paint. They made me pay extra for it, and guess what? It doesn't work that well.
No, it was $7,000 of change. Scratch that shit up. It was just like that can't be how you pictured that going.
That's so. Get a less expensive car and destroy it. Like
smash it. Always run it over with a monster truck. That's always gonna be. That's gonna get a pop every time.
Have the money.
Yeah. So anyway, that's we'll wrap it up there. just came top of mind. Thank you everybody who listens. We appreciate you. The Andrew dropped the socials at the top. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. What do you want us to do more of? What do you want us to do? Well, more of, I guess.
Just more of. Just more of. Leave your stuff here, the rest of it in the sack. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about the cruise for 3 hours.
Can't improve on this product anymore.
No.
And once again, the Snark Marks will be back next week. And never forget, Poseidon, God of the Sea, doesn't want to face Dusty Godwin.
I'm coming for you.
You coward.